Hello, good afternoon, holistic leaders. How are you? Just want to see if anybody's around. Let's see who's around. Hey, how are you, Mary? Hello, Sierra. Thank you for joining. All right, so I'm going to get started, and as people come in, just say hello, just so that I know that you're here. This is a impromptu kind of midday lunchtime message. I'm Phoenix Love of a Healer's Haven Wellness Solutions. I work with purpose-driven leaders such as yourself to provide holistic healing solutions and therapeutic interventions to help you achieve your wellness goals as well as work-life balance. I am the helper to the healer and the healer to the helper. So the topic is we're talking about completion this week, and I did the hey Nate, thank you for joining the morning chat for the soul on Sunday, where I spoke in depth about wholeness and completion and a little bit on procrastination. So this week the meditative focus is about completion. But I was just, in meditation today, and this is what I usually get my downloads on the messages to share either with my larger community on my main page or specifically with this community. And just so you know, that's usually how it's directed. It's very specific on who is this message for. So this message is for you, and I think it's because again we this was the focus this week about completion, but more specifically looking at the path, the journey to completion. What does that look like? And the word, it was a couple of words that came up. One was value, and the other was investment. And when I talk about investment, I'm not just talking monetarily, even though that's a part of it, but I'm specifically talking about your energy, your time, and how much energy and time are you investing in yourself and anything that you want to bring to fruition, whatever your dreams are, your goals, and how much does that really, um, what is the value of that to you? That path, what does it look like? That journey, that goal, how much are you willing to sacrifice in order to achieve that goal, in order to um, be able to be consistent in your efforts towards your goals and your dream. So, and it is an investment. It's an investment of your mental space. It's an investment of your physical energy. It's an investment of you being able to say no to certain things, because this is where the sacrifice comes in, things that may be deterring you from fulfilling your destiny, things that may be obstacles or barriers that you have to know and maybe put a little bit more effort into overcoming. So, investment, when we talk about the word investment, most people think about, okay, this has to do with wealth building or spending money, or, is always usually tied to financial implications or something dealing with money. But to me, the greatest investment is our natural resources, which is our energy and our time and our mental space, right? Because you can't get that back. You can always go and make money, you know, in some kind of way. Money is something that it's an energy exchange, but this is something that circulates. Once you expend your energy, once you use your mind space, your time keeps moving forward. These are things that we should put as a greater priority, more so than any type of um, I would say tangible wealth or money. So we have to really start to look at things a little differently when we are on a journey of healing and wholeness and going towards our dreams, our goals, our destiny. We have to really kind of reshape and reframe how we approach life in general. So when it comes down to completion and being able to complete things in our lives and also to feel complete, we have to be willing to make those huge and big sacrifices in our lives so that we are able to stay on the path. There are so many distractions in this world, right? There are things that pull us off our center, and sometimes on a daily basis. So this is why in this community, and now I'm understanding more and more as I'm talking, why this message was for you. In this community, this is what it's all about. It's all about us being centered, being aligned, learning how to use natural healing, holistic tools to be able to reset, regenerate, restore whatever's out of order. Because we want to be functioning, if we are on our path of healing, wholeness, and towards completion, and so that we are able to fulfill our goals, dreams, destinies, purpose, we have to be willing to stay in alignment. And often, what does that mean for you? It may mean something very different for each of us, right? But in general, being in alignment is meaning operating in divine order, operating from a place of not our emotions ruling us, right? But being led by spirit. So it's a sacrifice. It's a sacrifice to be able to live a life that allows us to tap into the divine, our divinity, and our connection to the divine creator on a daily basis. Sometimes, all day long. That's part of ascending from what's like a lower consciousness, which is like the subconscious mind, and operating and letting that be in control all the time, to a higher consciousness. And it is an ascension, just like self-actualization of which is like personal development and growth over time. So this is where investment comes in also, because if you are looking to self-actualize, not only from a spiritual standpoint, like I said, to go from lower thinking and lower subconscious mind to higher conscious mind, but also your personal development. How much are you investing in your personal growth and development? And that can look, again, very different for each one of us here. But like for me, if I tally up all of the dollars I have spent in my personal and professional development both together, because of the line of work I'm in, they kind of mesh. They're not mutually exclusive. But if I tally it up, it's probably, I don't know, 10,000, maybe even more than that. I'm sure it's more than that at this point. And I'm just talking about the past couple of years, just being on this platform and doing the work I've been doing and with my books and everything, I've invested a lot of, again, physical money. But because I know that is part of my path and journey towards completion, wholeness, healing, right? It's all, like I said, I don't separate the two. So you have to look at, what do I need to sacrifice? What sacrifices am I willing to make so that I can invest more time, energy, finances, whatever it is, for me to reach the goals that I have laid out for myself, for me to reach my achieve my destiny and my purpose. So, and then it's like, again, just take it even smaller. Let's bring it smaller. If it's about completing a specific task or project, or just something that you've always wanted to finish, but you have had some challenges or obstacles or things that have gotten you off center for finishing it, what is the investment in that? What do you need to do differently? What do you need to sacrifice? Maybe there's some things you need to remove from your space, from your life, something energetically that may be off. So these are all of the things that I'm talking about. The path to completion, you have to look at your investments. What are you willing to invest? How much do you value this thing that you want to see come to fruition? Okay, and that's really it. It was a message that was dropped in my spirit. Hello, Courtney. Hey, how are you, Chrissy? Thank you for joining, ladies. Like I said, I wasn't sure who I was going to get on in the middle of the day, but tag some people that's in the group that may need to hear this message, because maybe someone's working on something right now and they're struggling, and sometimes you have to sort of trick your mind almost, right? And say, you know, what is the cost of this? If I don't finish this, if I procrastinate and I keep putting it off, what is the cost? How high is that cost? And is it worth it? How much do I value this thing that I need to complete? How much do I value me, that I want to feel complete? I want to be complete. I want to be whole. So I'm not going to put it off anymore. And let me add this. Part of this message came out of just a conversation I had today. Not even a conversation, it was like a text. And, sometimes it was two conversations this week. And yes, let me share this story really quickly. So there was a person that said, yeah, I want to do this. I want to, invest in this and be a part of a certain event that was going on. Here's the cost. Okay, I want to do it. And then the very next day, the person said, oh, I didn't realize certain things wasn't included. As a matter of fact, let me just be transparent, because this has a lot to do with the group. So anyway, long story short, had a conversation with the person previously, and it was like, I really want to see my business grow. I want to have, a number of different people in this type of target audience to be my clientele. They're six-figure people. They're, wealthy. They're this, not wealthy, but, they have money. They're well off. They shop at certain upscale stores or whatever the case may be. Because I was helping them out with some business stuff. And I said, okay, great. But then turned around and said, well, I don't want to go to this thing because I thought certain things was included in the price and so forth, and it's not going to fit my budget. And it was a very, very low cost. So I sat there and I said, that doesn't match. Because what you're not willing to invest in yourself for your own development, then you can't expect somebody else to invest that in you. See, I invest a lot in myself. So like I said, so I do have an expectation when people come and they want to work with me in my business or an event or whatever. Yes, there's an expectation there, because I know what I'm going to provide. I know what I'm going to give. Because when I spend money and I invest in my own professional and personal development, I expect to get quality service, right? I expect to get quality products or whatever it is. I have that expectation. See, again, what's the sacrifice? What's how much do we value ourselves, and then how much do we value what we're working towards? See, that communication I had with that person, it said a lot, because um there was a contradiction between what she was saying she wanted her clients to be, who she wanted her clients to be, and what she wanted them to do, versus what she was willing to do for herself. So that to me, it said a lot, because then you're confusing things in the spirit realm, you're confusing things in the supernatural realm, and you're not going to see the manifestations of what you are looking for. So we have to be very clear. This message is so important. We have to be very clear about what we value, how much we're willing to invest. And again, it's not always money. That particular situation dealt with money. And then she was telling me this is what she wanted, the type of clients, and what she wanted to charge for services. And I was like, yeah, today I'm sitting there listening now, and I'm like, that doesn't match, right? So again, value and investment. Look at that. Really look at that. Whatever your goals are, whatever your dreams, how much time are you spending? How much energy are you putting into it? Not just finances. All of these resources. Okay? And it brings down to value. So really quickly, I do want to mention those of you that may have, I'm sorry, let me just adjust this. Those of you that may have wanted to, you expressed an interest in going on the summer meetup at the wineries, which is it's this Saturday. Oh my God, we're here already. August 3rd. And I have all of the details are listed in the event post. So all you have to do is go into events in the group, and you can see the information if you're here local in New York. And all the details are there. It's a $60 investment, which is like really nothing. And that covers, the transportation and the refreshments. Like of course I'm gonna have wine on the trip, because we're probably going to be sitting in a little bit of traffic just going out east. But we're going to have a great time. We're going to two of the most popular wineries out there, and we're also going to end going to a farmer's market. So it's going to be a great day, a great time of networking, fellowship. I have an awesome group of people. There's a couple of people that are meeting us. So if you're meeting us, you don't have to pay the $60. $60 is for the transportation. And then you just pay for your tastings, and I think the tastings are like $15 to $20, and then you taste all, you kind of walk around and taste. So it's a nice experience, and we're gonna have a great time. I'm gonna pray, everybody pray for good weather that's going. But if you were on the fence, or if this is something you would like to be a part of, you can just reach out to me if you think you want to ride with us, and you want to be, ride, and you don't want to drive yourself. We'll be meeting in Hempstead, Long Island, because that's centrally located for those that may be coming from Queens or even Brooklyn, and it's close to the highway, because we're heading east. So, yeah, all of the details, like I said, is in the events. Today is the last day. I am taking reservations for the transportation, because I do need to make reservations for the two sites that we're going to. Usually when we have groups, they like reservations so they can accommodate, and we could possibly get seats, because like I said, it gets crowded. These are popular, very popular wineries that we're going to. So nothing but rave reviews. Everyone has been out there, had a great time. So join us. It'll be a good time just to get to know people. If you're here local in the New York City, Long Island area, or I even have somebody coming from out of state. So, it's all about, again, what you're willing to invest in yourself. It's a great time just to be out in the sun and the nature. In nature, you know how much I love that. Be, around fruits and fresh produce and people and wine. And wine is good for the heart. And just a good time. I think they play music and just positive energy. So anyway, today is the last day, so I just want to stress that. So if you are planning on going, if you was on the fence and you said maybe or whatever, please make your decision by the end of today, because after that, either you just drive out yourself if you're going to go, or you're not going. So just let me know, okay? Because I do have to make reservations. And everyone have a blessed day. And thank you for popping in on this little midday impromptu. I just want to make sure I didn't miss anyone. Hey Sabre, thank you for joining. Kendra, thank you for joining. Courtney, okay. All right, everyone, have a blessed day and stay hydrated. All right, take care.